Welcome to a complex of lakes that needs no introduction at all, and that is the Woolpack Fishery in Peterborough. There's myself, Ashley and Paul, and we're actually down here for 72 hours and we are fishing the lake exclusive lake, which is Lake 4. It's 3 acres in size. Stock wise, between 60 and 70 fish, and there are some absolutely stunning mirrors in here and some really nice jet black commons as well. The lake itself is fully reed lined, and we have seen a couple really tight to those reeds. So I'm guessing it's going to be, casting longish distance, really tight to those reeds. But yeah, we haven't got any rods out yet. We haven't leaded up or anything. So obviously we'll see how we go from there. Weather-wise, it's sort of all over the show. It's early spring now. You're sort of talking just starting the second week of April. And we've got, as you can see today, sort of really bright sun. I think we're due 50-mile-an-hour winds, heavy rain, so it's all over the shows, but we will see how we go. In terms of what would be a successful session, I think if we just aim for one fish each this session, if we can do that, we'll be absolutely over the moon. So yeah, I'm really excited to get these rods out, so let's go. So I've had a little bit of a, just a mark up over there, just with a little bit of a light lead, so you can actually walk around the lake. I've just waded out slightly, just been really quiet, just flicked a marker on about. I found a couple of nice clear spots. There's quite a lot of dead weed about actually, but underneath that dead weed there's a little bit of gravel here and there. There are some tiny little clear spots. As soon as you put the grappling lead out, the weed is around about that deep, I would say, so around about 6 inches. A lot of it's dead. There is a little tiny bit of fresh, but most of it's sort of dead or dying weed. So I'm going to fish sort of over the top of that where I have seen fish. I've seen a couple of fish bosh now, sort of around about 2 rod lengths to 1 rod length off those reeds. So with that in mind, I'm just going to put 3 different presentations out and see which one works basically. So the first one I'm going to put on is just on a simple lead clip presentation. I've gone quite long for this rig, around about 12 inches. That's just a reverse combi rig, just with a pink pop-up on. And then the next one is going to be a helicopter presentation, and that's just traditional spring tactics of a stiff hinge rig on a helicopter rig with a drop-off system on there as well. And then the final thing I'm going to go for is a solid bag. So my normal solid bag tactics. Bait wise over it, I'm just going to put a little bit of boilie crumb, a couple of handfuls of pellet over the top. Really sort of simple, inconspicuous traps. I think it's so early on in the year, I'm going to treat it a little bit like a winter session. And we will see what happens. I think Ashley's going to do the same. Paul's going to do something similar. And we'll go from there. Obviously, if nothing happens through the night, potentially, depending on the weather, we could be switching to zigs, but we'll see. So time's getting on now. I think it's like 3 o'clock. So get these rods out, settle in for the evening, and hopefully we will have something to show you.
After having that led about, all 3 of us opted for pop-up presentations, casting to where we'd seen the carp in the afternoon on the far margin. settled in for the night, really hopeful that our initial tactics would pay off. The first morning was uneventful, despite the carp showing over our rods, and it wasn't until mid-afternoon when we had our first bite. This one fall into Ashley's rods, and straight away we knew it was a decent fish. And after a hairy battle with it wiping out one of his rods, it was finally in the net.
Yes! Get in there.
Thank you very much.
All right, no problem.
Thank you. Well, that was about that then. Literally just finished having our dinner. We were talking about like we haven't had any fish yet, and just out of the blue, yeah, this one's ripped off. That's a new PB for me as well. I had a PB a couple of weeks ago, and this is another one. Woolpack original. Get in.
With the fishing slow for me and us always working as a team to catch carp, it was only right to give Ashley a grilling with what he was catching on.
Congratulations on the new PB.
Thank you very much.
How big was that one?
35.5.
It's an incredible fish though, wasn't it?
Proper character.
I had nothing last night, not even a bleep, so I thought we'd come over, pick your brains, see what you caught on, and then I'm going to swap over to all three on that.
Cheaping me up, yeah.
Yeah. That's how it's done. So what are you using?
Work.
Show us your rigs.
So, yeah, we basically just using the stiff hinge, orange pop-up on a helicopter setup.
Right, that's unique, isn't it? So how come you've decided to go for sort of this length? Because that's what length is that roughly?
12 inches, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just using that sort of length because there's quite a bit of weed out there.
Yeah.
It's like the oxygen, Canadian weed.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how deep it is. So I know that's going to sit nice. It's going to be presented the whole time.
Yeah. So no matter what, it's sat over.
No matter what,
it's always presented.
It's always
isn't it?
presented. So
Okay.
I prefer using longer rigs anyway, if I'm honest with you.
So you've basically got like all of that, haven't you, in terms of height of the weed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So wherever that sits, it's presented every time, like.
And quite a short length there, isn't it, in terms of the?
Yeah, about 15 mil, something like that, on the boom section on that.
Quite a short little pop-up.
Yeah.
And what poundage is this?
This is £30 fluoro link. This is.
So just fluorocarbon, yeah.
Yeah. Just it's nice and supple still, so it's going to sit over things nicely. It's not going to kink.
So with a bit of stiff monofilament, obviously, in a. What size hook's that?
It's a size 4, that is.
Okay. And then just a drop off, little bead, just so it comes off, obviously, as well.
That's it. Yeah.
And are you using?
This is leadless.
Leadless leader.
Leadless leader. This is.
Are you using that on all three, or?
So, this is on one of the rods. I'm fishing one naked style, and then I've just got one on a chodder. Just casting about.
And a big 4-ounce lead, is it?
Yeah, 4-ounce lead for me.
That's a tidy setup, that. So the way I'm fishing mine, I've got mine like a lot a lot shorter.
Yeah, yours about 5 inches or so, isn't it? Yeah.
Bead's about the same length, to be fair, but I think I'm going to definitely go longer on the rig because that fish was absolutely nailed, wasn't it?
Yeah, that it weren't coming off that fish.
No.
No.
Right, okay.
Not a chance.
And then, are you orange on all three, or?
Well, I think that's going to be the case today. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gone orange, pink, and yellow. Like just try and pick them out.
And it was the orange one that went with it?
Orange one that went. So I think
Okay.
we'll try all three on orange today and see what's what.
So it's still quite early on in the spring, isn't it? So are you putting much bait out, or?
Just enough for a bite. You know, like just a handful.
Okay. And what are you on? Pellet, particle, or?
Just I know that the bailiff said that they just feed them on pellet and boilie here. So, and he says they love a boilie. So I'm literally just fishing flake boilie, bit of crumb, some whole ones, and a load of pellet.
And that's the, what is it, the bug?
Yeah, so using the bug, got some beta stim pellet, some bug pellet, and I'm fishing it with the switch, like that bug switch combo.
Nice.
Love that.
Nice. I might be nicking a bit of switch off you tonight.
Yeah.
I've got the bug, so.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I'm literally just, there's a peg over in the far corner, and I'm just spodding out from there because it's just a bit easier, bit closer range.
Yeah. So you're just walking around to
walk
that
around, spodding over like
Yeah.
that instead of from the peg.
And it's only a short distance.
Yeah,
then,
it's a bit
isn't
more
it?
accurate then as well. Like, nice, keep it nice and tight.
I like that. Okay.
So yeah, we're just fishing tight against the reeds.
Yeah. Right, so I am going to go back to my bivvy.
Put
and,
all three on orange, and all three on stiff hinges,
and all three settle like that. Cheers, mate.
It's alright, no dramas.
To do that again. And hit the clip. The weather this session has been absolutely horrendous at times. The rain, that was a lovely drop. It was pretty extreme then, but with that, the sun has come out and the carp have come off the reeds. So they're now showing around about 2/3 of the way out. Just found a lovely spot out there. It's really large. It's quite deep though, around about 10 foot. And yeah, I'm going to stick a rod basically on that. So 3 rods spread across the middle. Yeah, and hopefully I will have a fish. It's been 36 hours with nothing. It is really clean out there. So I'm going to go 2 with Ronnie's, 1 with a wafter, 1 with a pop-up, and then 1 just on a solid bag. I'm probably going to put out, mix up the bait. So probably just a solid with a little bit of particle, a little bit of boilie on, 1 with boilie, and then 1 just as a single. So we'll get this marked up and then we'll get those rods out.
Found in the past in the early spring that carp laid up in the reeds can be really difficult to catch. Just as they're often there to sunbathe, so after seeing carp moving around in the middle of the lake, I felt that these were definitely more catchable.
Perfect. Well, you can probably see from my face that yeah, I've had one. So that yeah, casting into the sort of 2/3 of the way out has obviously worked. Yeah, I think I've just actually heard Ashley's alarms going off as well, so hopefully yeah, he's got one in the net as well. It's just getting light now, so yeah, as soon as it gets light, obviously we'll show it you. Got to get this rod back out. So the tactics wise, it was just a solid bag casting to the middle, just over a little bit of bait, over a really, really clean spot. So absolutely buzzing, really glad to be off the mark. So yeah, let's get her out. Oh, well, all the hard work's paid off. Yeah, after 24 or 36 hours of nothing, those fish, seeing those fish in the middle of the lake washing out, and they come out the reeds. So solid bags, cast over the top around about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and this one rattled off just before first light. Yeah, the fish are absolutely stunning in here. Jet black lips, jet black head, again, little fins. Buzzing. Ashley's had a stunning common as well, so yeah, we'll have a look at that one now.
So how's about that then? Yeah, we'd seen him boshing in the middle of the lake last night, and I thought, right, I need to find some more spots. Just put a Ronnie, orange pop up, and yeah, early hours of this morning, this £33 common ripped off. Well made up with this one. Chuffed to bits, 230s in one session from the Woolpack. Get in.
So what a productive morning, and unfortunately I've just lost one as well as we were videoing Ashley's fish. That one was also on a solid bag as well, so yeah, I stuck out 2 Ronnies, didn't I, and a solid bag, so I'm definitely going to go all 3 just on solid bags. I'm probably going to put 2 on one spot where I've had both of those runs, and then one just to the right of it. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day sort of tying a load of solid bags up, getting everything prepared, obviously ready for the night ahead.
Having a load of solid bags tied up in advance just meant if I was lucky enough to catch one, I could get that rod back out straight away. However, partway through tying them up, I could hear one of Paul's alarms going off into meltdown. and after a dogged battle, it was soon in his net, and it was mission accomplished. We'd all caught one.
Yeah, that's an absolute stunner, isn't it? Ah, well done, Paul. Absolutely buzzing for you. What was that one on? Happy bloody days. Well done, mate. Well done. Get some photos, Ash?
Just putting some click on it now.
With Paul finally off the mark, all three of us went into our final night on the Woolpack full of anticipation. The rods were freshened up with new hook baits, rigs, and wrapped up on the usual spots. And just before dark, the carp began to show yet again and put on a real display.
Well done, mate. What an absolute stunner. How big?
25.
Oh,
Lovely one to
cracking.
finish the session on.
Yeah.
Bit of a red letter session, really.
You've definitely stood in something, and I've definitely stood in something wrong, having lost two now and one this morning.
Oh, no. Such a
Don't-
shame.
I know. But remember, the last water shot you had 2 weeks ago, you messed it up. You've had a new PB, so there's definitely only one way to finish off this film. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. All the details for the Woolpack exclusive lake are on their website, so obviously check it out. Definitely going to return. There's unfinished business for me, and for Paul as well. Feel free to subscribe to the Trakker YouTube channel for all of the vlogs and tutorials and all those sorts of things. And hopefully all three of us will see you on the bank sometime. See you later.
Beautiful.